Karen Salser is with us from the Indiana Arts Council this morning. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
It's good to have you. Can we go on with this at all?
I'm hoping so. I'm really sorry. Yeah, I'll pull it together.
Arts Council this time of the year starts to speak about one thing in particular that's very exciting, particularly for young folks.
Yes.
Are you going to make it, really?
I can't look at you. Okay. Yes, this is my favorite time of the year. It is our 11th annual Youth Art Celebration at the Indiana Mall. And once again, it does not disappoint. We have over 20 schools participating. Grades K through 12 are represented with their artwork. All of the teachers came on Monday and put up all of the artwork that they have chosen as some of what they felt were the best to be able to put out on display for all to see. And it's really quite an exhibit this year.
So folks can go out right now.
Absolutely. Yeah, if you're a mall walker,
now
you have
time.
something to look at other than
your walk is going to be
stores.
extended because you're going to be stopping to look at all this beautiful artwork.
Exactly. Yeah, there's and this year it's really spread throughout the entire mall. A lot of times it's been more kind of center stage and in that middle area, but this time if you want to see it all, you actually will have to walk a little bit. So you'll get a little exercise while you're enjoying the artwork as well.
There you go. Now, how many schools are we talking about?
We have 20 this year. And they have. I haven't counted the pieces yet. That's a job, but I that's something that's on my agenda for today because I do kind of like to get a sense of how many actual pieces of artwork are on display. Last year it was a little over 1,000, I think. So.
And what is the range of grades that are involved?
Grades K to 12.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
all the way to the youngest of students.
Yes, indeed, and it's really a cool thing. It has been the practice of this organization with this particular event to have all of the pieces juried by some local art educators and artists who give of their time to assist us with this. And we divide the grades into 4 different divisions based on the grades. So we have K to 3, 4 to 6, 7 to 9, and 10 to 12. And then they take and go through the entire exhibit numerous times. They choose which they feel are ones that are worthy of having some additional attention drawn to them. So they assign ribbons for awards, and those will be hung this evening. So if you go tomorrow or Saturday or Sunday, you can see who those winners are. That's
what they need to do. Go today before the ribbons are up.
Right.
Make their choices and then compare them with the judges.
I love doing that. And actually I do that. And so it's always fun for me to get the judges sheets and see if any of my favorites are on there. The really nice thing especially for the 10th through 12th graders as they're starting to consider their future, whether they're going to continue to study this in college, make it a career, excuse me, is that we do offer cash awards for the top 3 place recipients. And so that awards ceremony will be tomorrow at 4:45 in the center of the mall. And so if you're interested in seeing who those are, you're welcome to come and join us then.
And so those are the pros who are picking those winners out.
Yes.
But Joe Public like me, we could go vote as well, right?
This year, that's right, because we believe that art is really accessible to anybody and doesn't have to necessarily just be a professional looking at this to judge what they feel is the finest piece, because we all enjoy it, and we all enjoy it for different reasons. And so this year we're giving a voice to people who are visiting the exhibit to determine which is their favorite and let their voice be heard. So this year, if you attend the exhibit and you have a favorite piece, if you'd like to go to our Facebook page, we put a post up every day that says People's Choice Award, and you can leave a comment with the name of the student whose artwork you enjoy and the school that they attend. And at the end of the evening tonight, we will be tallying those and awarding that winner a ribbon tomorrow as well.
Do you have a ceremony of some sort planned?
Yes, at 4:45 we'll be gathering, and
today,
tomorrow.
Yes,
to present those awards to those students, and the Gazette will be there to take a picture. So it'll be really fun.
Yeah.
And then following that will be a performance by Sue Hewitt's Dance Studio. So you can stick around and enjoy a nice performance of different groups of dancers, different ages, and it's a really nice afternoon.
Yeah, it sounds like it. Sounds like they're all going to have fun with it as well.
Absolutely.
I'm just wondering with the, what is it, K through 3, did you say? Mm-hmm. There has to be macaroni art and pipe cleaner art involved, doesn't there?
I didn't see any pasta.
Really?
Yeah, it's. I think they've actually gotten a little more.
They've gone beyond pasta art.
I think they yeah. Because I really enjoyed pasta art when I was little, but
the little...
I don't really see that. Matter of fact, for a shout out there for all the elementary art teachers, I was speaking to one of the jurists yesterday, a professor at IUP. She was not judging the K to 3. She had a different division, but she came up to me and she said, "Man, these elementary kids are really doing some great things."
Oh, yeah?
So she noticed, even though she wasn't judging them, she had a really positive thing to share there. So. And it is impressive. It's amazing as I go through to see not only the quality but the variety of things, the different mediums that are used. There's some wonderful 3D art as well, beautiful jewelry, great pottery. So
one of the great things about art is in order to develop it and to reach the heights that you have within you, you have to practice it.
Absolutely.
You have to be constantly at it. And I would guess it is especially rewarding for art teachers to be able to help students draw that out of them.
Absolutely.
And to develop what the student probably didn't know was there. Probably knew there was something there. There's some sort of talent and some means of expression for what I'm feeling. And to have a teacher be able to draw that out of them must be very rewarding, both for the student and the teacher.
I would think so, and I have heard some of the students say how they've been working on a project, and they feel like they've done the best that they could, and yet their teacher comes over and then offers some additional suggestions, some advice, encouraging them to go even further, and have been amazed at what they've been able to accomplish because of that encouragement and the skill of the teachers being able to do that. It's just like. They're not in there just doing kind of an arts and crafts kind of thing. I mean, they are really learning technique. They are learning skills. They're just doing a fantastic job.
Yeah. Well, so this is going on at the Indiana Mall.
It is.
Through Sunday.
And this year we also had some local sponsors, which helped to keep this event going. Of course, everything that a nonprofit organization does, it relies on the generosity of others to make it happen, because there's always a financial piece. So just to give a thank you publicly to some of these sponsors: Bad Company Paintball, Brenda's Hair and Blessin', Cafe Amadeus, Henry Hall Technical Services, Lorelli's Jewelry, Luxembourg's Jewelry, SCG Hobby, Wingate Winery, and Cynthia Wolf, who has a massage therapy business. And so we give them a huge thank you, because they certainly helped to make this feasible.
Yeah,
for us to do.
Wonderful. So this goes on, and this is really worthy of public support for our young folks, for them to see that people appreciate the artwork that they're doing. That just makes it go further for them, and
absolutely
gives to them the incentive to keep it up.
Right. Well, and in this day and age, with all the budget cuts that we're seeing in our schools, and just underfunding for a lot of things, and sadly, the arts are one of those things that seems to be the most quote unquote expendable, and we see programs being done away with just to save money. I think it's important for people to see that there's a great deal of value in what's being done, and a great deal of quality.
Yeah.
And it gives an outlet for some students to be able to really show what they're able to do in a public forum, which perhaps they don't always have.
Karen Salser from the Indiana Arts Council with us here this morning on Indiana in the Morning. So that's going on now, but this is the end of April. And here comes May.
I know.
And boy, May is a big month, isn't it?
It sure is. I mean, we go from one huge event to another. At the end of May, we can look forward to the West Sylvania Jazz and Blues Festival, sponsored by Delaney Chevrolet. And it looks like it's going to be yet another great event. Starts at 10 in the morning at IRMC Park. Goes until about 9 o'clock at night. And then there's follow-up performances throughout town for late night performances. So the website is up and running, westsylvaniajazzandblues.org, and the lineup is on there. And so there's lots of information coming out now.
Yeah, one of the things I love about the website itself is when you visit it, you can see the breadth of the acts that will be here. It's just amazing. The local musicians who are just wonderful.
Right.
And people really don't understand how talented the people are around here. And they are mixed with big acts from outside of the area and maybe even national acts. And everybody from that whole spectrum was probably very comfortable being on stage with everybody else if they ever had the opportunity.
Absolutely. I think that we kind of lose sight, since we're a small town, thinking, it's Indiana. But the reality is, excuse me, we have a huge amount of talent here. And some of the bands and the artists that I've heard perform are every bit as talented and strong in their performance as people that we bring in from out of state. So it's nice to be able to enjoy and support the local musicians, but also to bring in some groups that people haven't perhaps ever heard of, for that matter. So.
You and Scott too. Do you look forward to particular acts, things that you say to yourself as you look at the schedule? I got to be there for that.
Well, I know that for me, as being an instrumentalist, I really enjoy certainly the saxophone players. That was my major. So, and then there's certain styles of jazz that I especially look forward to. And so, yeah, I always anticipate looking to see who's coming and, excuse me, kind of scheduling out which ones I want to make sure that I'm there for versus ones where I'm running errands to grab this for somebody or that for somebody. So, yeah, absolutely.
Well, when I was in high school, I was a member of an award-winning comb band that probably will not be featured at this event. Just saying.
Comb band.
Yeah. Have you ever heard of comb played?
Is that with the
wax
tissue
paper?
Oh,
yeah.
wax paper. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, they're real connoisseurs of comb banding. We use wax paper. We could use a baggie in the pinch, but
did you do it in the lunch cafeteria?
Yeah, we did it all over the school, and then we actually won a talent show for a countywide talent show.
Oh wow!
Don't mess with my.
You were hardcore.
I'm telling you. I mean, all-star comb band.
Maybe we should have a reunion.
Our dueling combs was just amazing.
Oh,
Karen Salser, thanks for being with us.
Thanks for having me. It's always a pleasure.